Sarah, I'm very glad you're here because at Open Job we've worked a lot with Melia Cuba. And being Canadian, of course, and for Quebecers and a lot of people in Ontario, Cuba is the destination. We don't know a lot about the other Melia. Same company, different destinations.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Definitely, yes. We do have other destinations. Melia today has 340 hotels all around the world. If we talk about this side of the world, so the Americas, we do have our big part of the activity happens in Dominican Republic, in Punta Cana particularly, and in Mexico. So we have 7 properties in Mexico. 4 of them are on the Caribbean side, and 3 of them are on the Pacific side. And then, yes, we do have 2 properties in the US, we do have properties in Argentina, we do have properties in Venezuela, so we do have other properties. But let's say that from a vacation standpoint, Dominican Republic and Mexico are the 2 ones, big places where we do have our hotels beside Cuba.
Sarah, there's a lot of competition.
Yes.
The all-inclusive market keeps hitting new highs, new inventions, new ways of doing things, new slides, new, you name it. All adults, children, both together, separated, elevated areas. So for travel advisors, how do you think they should approach the all-inclusive market? What questions should they be asking their clients in order to determine what the best fit is? And I'm going to challenge you to talk beyond Melia right now, just in general, because you're in this market, you understand it, and you probably do an analysis on a daily basis as to your competition.
Sure. So when we talk about all-inclusive, I think that even myself, when I entered the company 16 years ago, we all have this idea in our head that it is about crowded hotels and everybody doing lines to eat and the food maybe not that good and a lot of shows and entertainment, and that's what everybody expects out of an all-inclusive. And I don't think that that's totally true. I think that there is different levels, and it has changed a lot, where you can eat in an all-inclusive, and you're asking me to kind of not talk only about Melia. So I'm trying to speak as an industry level. So there is restaurants that can be any restaurant that you can go out in Toronto or that you can eat in New York, and it's amazing food. So it has nothing to do with this idea of crowded buffets. Yes, we do have a buffet, you have to, right? But there is specialty restaurants, not just Melia, but all of us in this world, where in the world of all-inclusive, where it's amazing food. It really is. And the entertainment, every time we're challenged to entertain our customers to the next level and look at the different niche. People are looking for more wellness. People are looking for more things that they can learn from the same destination. And talking about that, you're going to allow me to talk just a little bit of our main brand, which is called Paradisus, where we have launched the idea of destination inclusive.
Right.
And the idea was that you don't want to have a vanilla hotel, but you really want to be able to bring the destination in the hotel. And also allow to certain customers in our superior rooms to actually take them out to the destination. And that's what we're really excited to giving that twist to the regular all-inclusive.
You know what, I'm going to challenge you a little bit, because my feeling is that when we talk to a lot of different resort chains, groups, a lot of them will talk about similar things: the food, the entertainment, the beautiful rooms, etc., the service, the family, atmosphere. How does an agent choose?
That's a great question. That is a challenge, for sure. I think it depends also, I will say, on the people and what you're looking for. So I think that all of us in this world of all-inclusive, we all have our unique selling points, right? So I think it's a matter of knowing what you're looking for, what your customer is looking for. And I think that there is place for all of us, right? So there is some all-inclusive now that are more American chains that have entered the all-inclusive, right? So that is different. So some people that are used to go to those brands, they know what they're looking for and they know what to expect when they arrive there,
and a lot of the EP brands are now going
to the all-inclusive,
which sometimes works, sometimes less so. It's not necessarily the same.
It's not. And I think that for us in the Americas, so even as Melia, for example, we, the all-inclusive, we're more experts on the America side than maybe we are in Europe, where it is not the norm to have an all-inclusive, right? So There is a lot to tweak and learn. I think that on our side, on the Melia side, being a Spanish company, that is something that makes us also very unique. So that's what I'm saying. So I think that each advisor needs to know exactly what makes us different within the world of all-inclusive, and making sure that we can take the right customers to the right properties. And on our side, being that Spanish passion, it's what makes us also very different, because I think that we always want to do the best from the heart
Yes.
To anybody that comes to our properties.
I want to ask you about the winter. There's a lot of capacity from Canada.
Yep.
Yeah, there's more and more capacity being thrown at us every single day. New carriers, low-cost carriers, in-between carriers, more capacity from Transat, from Air Canada, from WestJet Sunwing, combinations, a lot of air. Are you seeing the properties being filled from people from Canada with all that air coming in?
Yes, on more on the Caribbean side of Mexico, and yes, a little more on DR. We were just talking about it with other colleagues, and I think where we're not seeing that volume, and we want to invite everybody to come see that side, is the Pacific side of Mexico.
Okay.
Los Cabos, which there is direct flights from here to Los Cabos.
Yes.
It is not a destination where we're seeing a lot of Canadians coming, and I think it's a beautiful site, completely different. I mean, it's two different experiences. You know, when you talk about Mexico, it's so broad, right? So even if you have been in the Caribbean, you cannot, it's totally different what you can really experience on Los Cabos. And I think that it is something to invite everybody to try, and definitely different. I know that there is this perception that Los Cabos, it's a more expensive destination, and you know, a lot of Californian people like to go there.
A lot of wealthy people go, a lot of famous people.
Definitely. But I think that it is a place where there is golf, there is surf, there is great food. We do happen to have two properties that do have swimmable beaches, because it's not normal in all of the properties.
Right.
But I think it's a different vibe. It's totally different. So I think that that's a good story. On the Caribbean and on DR, yes, we're seeing more and more. And this year in particular, we have seen an increase from Canadian customers. Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, that's very, very good to hear.
Yep.
So more Canadians. I know Los Cabos has been doing a lot of marketing to try and take advantage of the flight from Toronto.
Exactly.
It's the first time, so I would imagine you'd see that flourish, hopefully. Just in closing, I'm curious what sort of people you are noticing coming to the properties. Has there been a shift in expectations from the clientele? Are they looking more for quiet, or are they looking more for, you know, uno, dos, tres, cuatro? Because I find that there's a dichotomy in between, from, you know, sort of one spectrum to the other in terms of what people want, what they're looking for. They're tired.
I think that we have both. So we do still have people that are looking for the uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and there's people that are looking for something to come and relax and enjoy, and not having the typical entertainment. So the good thing, it's that, like you were saying, there is many options. Even talking about Melia, we do have multiple brands. So it's not the same to stay in a Paradisus and it is to stay in a Falcons, or stay in a Melia. Even within Melia brand, you know, we have, for example, in DR, Melia Punta Cana Beach, which is wellness inclusive. So if you're staying in our superior room attribute, the level, you get a massage included in your rate, which normally all inclusives, we don't have it. So you see, that makes it totally different. If you're staying in Melia Caribe, it's all about family, right? So I think that the fact is, if we're able to show each product what is the unique selling point, and explaining what can you expect when you arrive at, we can cover all different type of people, and we do have both. I mean, I still think that there is people that still want to go down there and dance bachata, or go and dance merengue, and you know, that's all about it, right? Or and have drinks, and it's all inclusive and etc. And there is people that are looking more for a quiet opportunity. So important is to know what they're looking for us to
ask
tailor.
The right questions.
Yes,
right?
Ask the right questions.
Ask
Correct.
the right questions. What do you want?
For
what
the
are you
right
looking
product.
for? What's the ideal vacation for you?
That's important.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much for having me.